Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Fright Friday right here on Night Owl Video. Today we are talking about The Invisible Man. No, not the original. This is the remake from 2020. So I hope you'll stick around. We'll be talking about cast, production, critical reception, my thoughts on the film, where you can watch it, and all that jazz. So I hope you'll stick around. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I have now cracked the 250 mark. I think I'm at 252 now. So thank you and welcome to all my new subscribers. And for everybody who's commented and given me a thumbs up, appreciate it. Today, we're talking about this film. This is a great little film. This was I think the second time I watched it. It might have been the third, but this is a horror thriller from 2020. It is a remake of the 30s film, I believe, yeah. Yeah, it's a remake, yeah. This was written and directed by Whannell. You may recognize his name from the Saw franchise as well as the Insidious franchise. This stars Elizabeth Moss, who was also in Us and the TV shows West Wing and Mad Men. This also stars a person named Oliver Jackson Cohen, who was in a bunch of movies and TV shows that I'm not familiar with, and also Aldous Hodge, who was in Straight Outta Compton, and more recently in the Marvel film Black Adam, which I have not seen and have no interest in seeing. The synopsis for this film is, after staging his own suicide, a crazed scientist uses his power to become invisible to stalk and terrorize his ex-girlfriend. When the police refuse to believe her story, she decides to take matters into her own hands and fight back. So this is, like I said, this is based on the, technically based on the H.G.Wells novel of the same name, and then a remake of the 1933 film. And it is the 8th film in the Invisible Man franchise, believe it or not. There are a lot. I don't know if I've seen most of the old ones. Like, I've seen the original one, but I can't say I've seen a lot of the sequels. Or there was another one with Chevy Chase, wasn't there? Anyway, we're talking about this movie. The development on a contemporary film adaptation of this began in 2006, but it came to a halt in 2011. An attempt to revive the project in 2016 as part of Universal Pictures' cinematic Dark Universe was also canceled following the critical and financial failure of The Mummy in 2017. Now, I've never seen that movie, probably just because it's got such bad reviews, and I don't know. I haven't seen that one, but this Dark Universe was going to be like the original Universal Monsters, but like freshened up for modern day. But that didn't happen because The Mummy was a box office flop for some reason, which is weird because the 90s ones with, what's his face in it, they were like huge. So I don't know what people just didn't want to go see it, I guess. In January 2019, Universal announced that all future movies and their horror characters, like the Dark Universe, would be standalone stories instead of like interconnected, which is what they had planned to do. Successful horror film producer Jason Blum, founder of the production company Blumhouse, you probably, if you watch horror movies, you know that name, had at various times publicly expressed his interest in reviving and working on future installments within the Dark Universe films. So, principal photography began in July of 2019 and ended in September of 2019 in Sydney, Australia. The filming location used for Adrian's highly secured house was Headland House in Gerringong, Australia. So I don't know where that is, but the house that he lives in is pretty cool. It's pretty high tech. So this movie currently holds a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. The critics loved this movie. They really, really liked Elizabeth Moss's acting in this. This film made a whole bunch of critics' best of like year-end lists for 2020. This was just a really, which is strange, because The Mummy was such a flop, and then this came in and it was just like, it just blew up at the box office. So, I'm sure as movie directors and production houses, they probably try to, pick things that they think are going to be well received, and sometimes they just don't well received. They just bombed. So, but luckily for this film, this was a very, very big success, and it's a really well done movie. Um, you if this, like I said, this is the second time I watched it. I was just as enthralled watching it this second time. My thoughts on this film. Again, Elizabeth Moss's acting is just really well done. Um, this movie kind of adds that like abusive nature of relationships, and Elizabeth Moss plays that character of the person being abused so intensely, like at times, and she's not being believed by anybody, and you're just there with the character, like you want somebody to believe her. And I mean, I won't spoil it in case you haven't seen it, because it is a fairly new movie. It's only 3 years old, but um, it's just really well done. The soundtrack is really excellent. It's got these like these parts where it's like almost like noise. It's like very dissonant, and there's sometimes like this low kind of hum in the background. Like it's a really interesting use of what I'm guessing electronic music. It sounds like the special effects are really cool. Like this isn't like your old school Invisible Man that has the tape wrapped around him. This is this guy has created a suit that makes him invisible, like an Iron Man type suit, and he presses a button and he goes invisible. And the effects, like when she like throws a can of paint on him, and you see kind of like just a partial outline of his silhouette and stuff, and like the costume. It's really well done. There's one scene in particular where she's in the attic. There's a jump scare in that scene, which got me. Even this most recent viewing got me again. It was really cool. Really scary, actually, I thought. The mood and the tone here. This movie doesn't have a lot of jump scares in it, for the record, which I really appreciate in modern horror movies. It relies more on mood and tone and atmosphere and tension, and there are a few jump scares in here, but overall it kind of dwells in that kind of more atmospheric horror, I would say. Really cool. Kind of cool because I just watched the movie The Entity, and I kind of saw like, oh, there's like a similarity here, like tone wise, and just this person not being believed by everybody, and how disturbing that can be. Even as a viewer, you're like getting so upset when people are just like, oh, you're just hearing things, or you're just going through a breakup and you're a little upset or whatever. So anyway, this edition is a DVD I picked up recently at a thrift store. I think I got this. Yeah, I got this for like $2 at one of my favorite thrift store up the road here. So it was well worth the $2. I had seen this once before on streaming, so I was really happy or I was happy to add this to my collection and rewatch it, because I did really enjoy it. It is certified fresh, as you can see. This DVD has deleted scenes, Moss Manifested, Director's Journey with Leigh Whannell, The Players, Timeless Terror, and a feature commentary with writer-director Leigh Whannell, which I did not watch, but I'm sure it's really good. I'm getting more into watching the commentary, or listening to the commentaries, but it's time consuming. If you watch the movie and then you rewatch the movie with the commentary, you're looking at sometimes between 4 and 6 hours of just watching a movie, and that's who's got the time? Who has got the time? Not me. But anyway, yeah, Pat Travers from Rolling Stone says a cutting contemporary work of socially conscious horror, and I think that really captures this film. This is rated 18 in Canada. This is a Region 1 DVD. Let's have a look at the artwork. Oh, there is no artwork. It's just a boring disc, but there you can see that there. But yeah, I would highly recommend this movie. I guess I didn't give a rating. I would easily give this a 4.5 out of 5. maybe even a 5 out of 5. I don't like. I'd be hard pressed to think of anything I didn't really like in this movie. It is, I think it's a little over 2 hours, which is a little long for my likings, but it goes by quick. The pacing's really good. They keep up the tension the whole way through. Really, really cool. Really, really highly recommend this one. You can currently rent this on Prime Video, Cineplex, and Apple TV. I did not find it streaming anywhere on any of the services if you subscribe to them, but yeah, this is a Universal DVD. The Invisible Man 2020. Did you see this movie? What are your thoughts on it? Leave your comments below if you've seen it, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you're indifferent. And give me the thumbs up if you like this kind of content. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Follow me over on Instagram at Night Owl Video, where I usually post my upcoming week's reviews and things like that. So this past Wednesday, I did a thrifting haul, so be sure to go check that out. And this past Tuesday, I did review the 1973 science fiction western Westworld. So if you missed that, go back on my channel under Cult Movie Tuesdays. I've got a playlist. You can find it over there. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this review. Until next time, I will see you at the video store or at the thrift store or just out and about somewhere. Who knows? But until then, please take good care of yourselves. Take care of your loved ones. Be safe, and I will see you in the next review. Bye.